divisions along race, identity, and culture to keep us fighting and distracted. It's not gonna work anymore. But this has been the big money playbook, not just now, but it's been their playbook for decades. And that is why Donald Trump is not an aberration. He is the logical, inevitable conclusion of an American political system dominated by corporate and dark money. And if we are to defeat him, we must defeat the system that created him. America, we are at a crossroads. We can either have extreme wealth inequality with the toxic division and corruption that it requires to survive, or we can have a fair economy for working people along with the democracy and the freedoms that uphold it. Oligarchy or democracy? You know, Boise, I grew up in a working class family. My mom cleaned houses, and my dad worked on a small business. And my parents worked themselves to the bone so that my brother and I could have a shot. The American dream, like so many of us here in this room. And for a moment there, it looked like we were gonna make it. We had a home, bills were getting a little less stressful to pay, and I was doing well in public school. And what may have looked like a modest life to others was a dream come true for us. But suddenly, when I was a teenager, my dad was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. And after a long fight, we lost him. My dad actually passed away in September of 2008, just as the economy crashed in the Great Recession and millions of our jobs vanished across the country. It felt like the world of my family was falling apart just as the larger world was falling apart too. Overnight, my mom was left to figure out how to provide and put 2 kids through school, keep our house, pay off medical bills, all on a house cleaner salary. And that's how I became a waitress, because it was millions of innocent working families back then who paid the price, while the billionaires and thieves who defrauded our financial system got off richer than ever before. And not a single one of them went to jail. And that is the story that Republicans like to mock, not mine, but all of ours, when they say a waitress or a working person is unqualified to serve in Congress. When the fact is, many of us here in this room today are far more qualified to know what real life is like than any of them ever will. And I tell this story not because it is special, but because of how common and normal it is. While the details may differ, so many of us know what it feels like for life to be one bad day, one piece of bad news, one major setback from everything falling apart. And I'm here to tell you today, Idaho, we don't have to live like this anymore. We can make a new world, a better country, where we can fight for the dignity of all people. And that dignity looks like living wages, Idaho. It looks like stable housing. It looks like guaranteed health care and respect for all of our differences, no matter who we are or where we come from. Oligarchy or democracy.
All right, AOC there, speaking to the crowd, getting them revved up there. This is right outside Boise. What we want to do, we've got to take a quick commercial break. And remember, Senator Bernie Sanders will follow her. This is in their Fighting Oligarchy tour, and they have taken it all across the country. They've gone to Denver, Reno, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and just over the weekend, LA and Salt Lake City. They're now outside Boise there. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Who are you? Don't you recognize me?
You mean he's done it again? He's changed.
I am he, and he is me.
This isn't an order.